Hello and welcome back to another Taunter video. In today's one we're going over the TMNT UK magazines from Panini, issue number 16. Now this issue was, I must admit, it was actually quite a surprise just because of how much this issue actually tied into the show, whether that being stuff from season 2 with the whole mission situation, or stuff with like Spike and that kind of stuff. It's a really interesting issue of how much it ties into the show, whereas like the RW comics, they really struggle to do that, so yeah. Okay, so for the first story, this one's called One False Move, and this one, I must admit, I do quite enjoy quite a bit. Not because it does anything really special, or it looks incredible or anything like that. It's mainly down to the fact that this one ties into the show really well. And unlike the RW comics, which barely did anything to really connect it to the show other than just have characters to correlate with the responding seasons, stuff like that, this one, I mean, it actually takes time to actually do a story that's actually, something to do with the actual show, and actually, like speed things up and give more context to stuff within the show. Because, like, if you remember correctly, with the 2012 show with season 2, the whole story up with the mission situation, it didn't really last all too long. But here we got like another example of them going out and finding a mission, and it is really nice to see that. So for this one we do get Silver Tails, they're in the zoo, and it turns out the mission which they're trying to look for is actually in the lion enclosure. So Mikey has to go over there, and he pretends that he's a ballerina so that he can get it, because he wants to be the lightest turtle, and that's the only way that he's going to be able to do it. I mean, sure, why not? And then he goes on to try and get it, however, it doesn't really work too well for him just because the branch snaps, and it causes it to like drop into lion's den. But then the lion wakes up and it scares Mikey, and the mission goes over to the shark enclosure. Yeah, I mean, it's annoying that this story is quite short, because I feel like this would have been a really great one to have this be like an extended story over like 12 pages instead of being the half story with one being 6 pages. It is quite annoying, but I must admit, like I said before, I just love how this story connects so much to the show and how it ties into it so much. I love it. I don't know why, but it's, and if anything, I say that it's honestly more surprising that like the RW comics didn't do anything like this, because it's like a really easy way to just get like, so many stories out of this whole idea. I could even feel like there was, like 60 canisters, and only found, like 3-4 canisters. There's so many story potential here, and it's really great to see all this kind of stuff play out here. Now for the next story, which is called Caught on Camera, this one, I mean, I didn't enjoy it as much. There was like some fun elements within this issue. I mean, you've got to see Donnie, he's spying on the turtles throughout the whole issue through like different points of the lair, and he's seen the turtles do different random stuff. I mean, you've got Raph, I mean, this one which I did quite enjoy quite a bit, because it does tie back to the events of the show, because, with Raph, after he lost Spike, he didn't really mention like Spike whatsoever, other than when like Slash appeared and it's like, oh my god, I missed you and all that kind of stuff. So it's quite nice to see if like he does have feelings for Spike, and even went as far to make a different version of Spike made out of watermelon and all that kind of stuff. And then even does the whole thing of like, oh, like trim your leaf if you miss me, and it was like quite fun to see, and just really nice. Like all, and also like all the callbacks. It was like quite nice to see him like do that kind of stuff. And again, like seeing for like the RW comics, never did anything like that either. It's quite nice to see him do it here. And then for Leo 1, we got him. He's training, and then he's pretending that he's found the person. So like, oh my god, you're a hero. Oh my god, I love you and all that kind of stuff. I want to take him coffee. I want to take out to have a coffee and all that kind of stuff. It's yeah, I mean, for a Leo kind of situation, story and that kind of stuff, it does feel a little bit out of character. I know that he likes to watch space heroes and that kind of stuff, but at the same time, this does definitely feel like he's definitely going in one step further than what it probably needs to. But at the end of the day, it's like a decent, harmless story, but a little bit weird that Leo's doing this kind of stuff. And then for Mikey's one, well, yeah, I mean, he just dresses up as a shredder, and that's pretty much it. But then he sees a pizza and he eats it, but the pizza's fake because Donnie puts the camera in it, but Mikey still somehow is able to eat the pizza anyway. So, yeah, great going, Donnie. What did you expect with Mikey? So after that, we do get to see Donnie. He installs audio into the cameras, and that's when he sees that Leo and Raph are talking. Raph reveals that he had a encounter with a Krang and he got bitten by something and then it's being infected. And then Donnie goes out because he sees that Raph is getting supposedly mutated. However, it's just Mikey with a bunch of tentacles attached to his Raph's body. And yeah, I mean, I'd say that overall for this story, it's not a bad story. I feel like it's a pretty fun one just to see Donnie do Donnie's stuff and to see if it tells be more in their natural elements and just be more natural and casual, where and they can actually be their true selves. It's quite nice to see that kind of stuff, and there were some funny moments, and I do feel like the Raph stuff was really interesting to see them do it here, because they never did it in the show or in the actual comics as well, so it's quite nice to see them do it here. But yeah, so I mean, I'd say that overall for this issue, it's a hard one to really talk about, just because on the one hand I do love a lot of aspects about this one, but it's just annoying that most of it is either too short or it feels a bit out of character or just feels a bit bad. But I just love how much this one in particular connects so much to the show, where it's able to see Raph interacting with, not necessarily interacting, but showing his emotions about Spike leaving him. That is quite nice to see, and the whole thing with the whole mutant situation kind of thing, that's honestly really nice to see him address it in the comics and try to expand upon the stuff which was honestly missing. And considering that they dropped the story points 13 episodes later, is honestly disappointing, which they did that in the show. But seeing how they did it here, we're trying to address it at least and even try to expand upon it, is quite nice to see him try to do some stuff with the whole storyline. And just like with the, I also have to say that just like with quite a few of these past few comics, it is really great to see him connected to the show so much. And also just how much, the IW comics had a very good opportunity to connect it to the show a lot more and that kind of stuff, and yet they failed so bad. And yet you got something like this where it's able to constantly make connections to TV show, whether that be through missed opportunities with storylines or characters or references. It's honestly just so great to see him so much missed opportunities be fully realised here. It's just so great to see that kind of stuff. Love it to bits. But yeah, oh boy, this is I don't know what to really say about it. It's just a hard one to really describe, because as much as I love for all those aspects, there are still aspects about this one which I do dislike about it, but I love it a bit too much to criticize it a bit. So yeah, but yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this issue. Do you like it? Do you not? And yeah, that's game for today, guys. It was some police chat, scrubbing that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.